In this video, we will go over the RI 1000X monthly maintenance. First, we will head to the touch panel. Go to the maintenance screen and press the regular maintenance button. A screen will pop up showing the countdown timer for 50 minutes. You do not need 50 minutes, but after that amount of time, the carriage will redock, assuming the maintenance is over. Now let's go ahead and power down the printer by holding the power button on the front. We'll get a pop-up that says shut down, and we will hit shut down one more time. Once the machine has fully powered down, we can head to the back, flip the power switch, and unplug the printer. Now we can lift the hood, and you will see your carriage is docked in the center of the printer. For this next part, we will need the cleaning applicators, some lint-free wipes, polyethylene gloves, the head protection cover that came with your printer, and the Ricoh Type 1 grease. Please note to only use the Ricoh supplied grease. Up first is the head protection cover. When applying, please make sure the two posts are on the right-hand side with the singular post on the left. Gently reach underneath and align the head protection cover. Once the cover is aligned, go ahead and snap it into position. We will now clean the back and front guide rods as shown here. Using a cleaning applicator, we will begin cleaning. Depending on how dirty they are or how much grease buildup, you may need to use additional cleaning applicators. You can also use a lint-free wipe to clean the rods. As we clean the rear guide rod, be sure not to hit the encoder strip, transferring any dirt or debris. Once we have cleaned the right side, we can move over to the left. And we want to once again be careful not to hit the encoder strip. Once we've cleaned the left side, we're going to gently move the carriage over so we can clean the rods that were hidden by the carriage. Once finished, we can return the carriage back to the center. Once we have finished, we're going to take the Ricoh Type 1 grease and place 3 small dabs on the rear and 3 small dabs on the front. We will now take a cleaning applicator and evenly distribute the grease. Make sure the grease is distributed evenly along the top half of the rod. And once again, be careful not to hit the encoder strip and transfer grease onto it. Once we are finished on the right, we're going to head to the left side and repeat the process. Next, we can slowly move the carriage over so we can distribute grease where the carriage was. Visually inspect the guide rods to make sure the grease is evenly distributed. Gently grab the carriage and move it left and right, not going over the left sump and not going over the maintenance station, and make sure the carriage can freely move back and forth. The carriage movement should be smooth with little to no resistance. Next, we will clean the encoder strip. If you have not done a lot of printing in the previous month, cleaning the encoder strip will not be necessary. Slide the folded lint-free wipe underneath the encoder. Be careful not to transfer any grease onto the encoder. We recommend to wipe from right to left in one direction. Do not wipe in both directions. This could damage the encoder strip. Go ahead and move to the left side and repeat the process. Once the left side is clean, we can gently move the carriage and clean the encoder strip that was inside the carriage. Inspect the lint-free wipe. If the lint-free wipe has excessive ink or dirt, grab another lint-free wipe and repeat the cleaning process. If you accidentally get grease on the encoder during this process, you can use a lint-free wipe moistened with isopropyl alcohol to remove. Please make sure any residual alcohol has had time to dry before powering on the machine. This is why we recommend 90% or higher. Now we will quickly check the fan filters to make sure they're not excessively dirty. The printer does have an internal counter and will let you know when they are reaching the end of their life cycle. Now that we're done with the monthly maintenance, we can remove the head protection cover. Gently push this tab on the side to remove the head protection cover. We can now plug the power cable back into the power supply and turn on the power switch. Press the power on the front panel to turn on your printer. This concludes the monthly maintenance for the Ricoh Ri1000X. By properly doing your monthly maintenance, your printer and its prints will be in peak condition. If you're printing on your printer for 30 hours or more a week, we recommend you do this maintenance weekly rather than monthly.